Hey guys, welcome back to another week of online learning. This is Miss Johnson. Y'all know who I am. This week we're going to be focusing on reading strategies and being able to teach someone a reading strategy. So we're going to kind of go in order here of the steps you should take in order to be able to do that. So we're going to be focusing first on stop, think, jots, making an anchor chart, and teaching our family. Oh man, I thought I pressed the right button. All right, so stop think jots. The reason why stop think jots are very important is that it helps us find what's most important in the book. A lot of us take stop think jots on retells, like a lot of us retell the book after each chapter. Some of us find something that we are confused about and we write about like what we're wondering about that part. Or maybe you say, I'm confused about this part. Some of us jot about character feelings. But it's just an important way for you to keep track of what's happening in a book. And I know some of you probably don't have sticky notes at home, but that's okay. You can always use a piece of paper and write the page number down and then write your stop, think, jot down. You can also use like a piece of paper and like make like a little square or a rectangle on it as like your sticky note and then just put the page number. That way you remember what page it was on. That's just a way you can stop, think, jot. But here you can see that this stop, think, jot chart uses symbols, question marks, hearts, stars, LOL, that's my favorite, to kind of symbolize those important parts. Now, we did that at the beginning of the year, but some of us still use it, which is okay. But some of us have kind of moved on to using sentence stems to stop, think, jot, and these kind of help us deeper our thinking about certain parts of the book. For example, I know that my class, we used a lot of characters, so the green, to show that my character is the kind of person who is blank, because we started focusing on character traits. And we know that knowing about a main character is really important to try to figure out how they're going to solve a problem. But that's up to you what you choose to stop, think, jot about, because every book's different and every book is like kind of different parts that are important. So those are stop, think, jotting. The reason why we use stop, think, jots, though, is to also study ourselves as readers. What are we really good at? What are we not so great at? So it kind of gives us an idea of things we need to work on and things we were really great at. Because in this lesson, you're going to decide what you're really good at. Like what strategies do you really stop, think, jot about that you could teach someone else? For example, me, I like to retell my book, but I also like to study characters and what they do. So like I know those are like my two main things that I do when I read. So I might think about like doing like teaching my family members or whoever I'm around about characters. Now, some of you are probably like, well, I don't know what I'm really good at. I'm going to show you some strategy charts that we've used to kind of like decide if we're really good at something or not. Now, this chart probably looks familiar. Well, not this chart, but this chart probably looks familiar because we used it right before we went to spring break. It's called Making Your Reading More Fluent. We talked about that second graders really try to make their reading more fluent because the pictures become less and less. So you have to really read and not just look at the pictures. So these are some of the strategies we focused on. And then some of you decided like if that's like a chart you needed to really study more. But another chart we used was also a character chart. We paid attention to how characters respond to problems. We noticed what characters' relationships show. We also like thought what a character is going to do next. So see, these are like some strategies that your stop think jots could be used to show. Like you could like have a bunch of stop think jots about your character feelings, and you might think about choosing the purple right here that says think about what characters say and do. You might use that. Because the next thing you're going to do is decide what am I really well at? What am I really good at doing? What can I do really well? Am I really good at maybe retelling? Am I really maybe good at, character studies? Am I really good at reading fluent? Am I really good at finding figurative language? That's a really good chart too. You're going to decide that because next you're going to make your own anchor chart. I love making anchor charts because it lets me be creative. So you're going to pick one strategy. Okay, that could be retelling. You could make it retelling. You could. I chose a different one, but you have to think about the steps you took in order to follow that strategy. And that's where it gets tricky. So, like, if I'm doing retelling, my step one could be first, you have to read the beginning of the book, because then that tells you you're somebody wanted, or the blurb. Oh my goodness. You might read the blurb and that tells you your main character and then what they wanted. You might say, oh, read the blurb, and then draw a picture of the blurb. And you might say, read the blurb to find the main character and their problem. Then your next step might be read the beginning of the book in the middle to find how the problem grows. Then step 3 might be read the end of the book to find how they solved their problem. So you're going to like make a chart that shows the steps you took to follow that strategy. Then of course I put picture there so you can like draw a little sketch. You know, our anchor charts always have little sketches, you know, to make it like colorful. You might use markers, you might use stickers, who knows? Make it creative. Now my next slide, don't judge me. I couldn't draw pictures on the computer, so be prepared. I chose notice what a character's relationships show. Okay, so that's my strategy. So like what I said would my first step would be is find a part where the main character is talking to someone else. So like I'm thinking about in Judy Moody, you know, between Stink and Judy Moody, I might stop, think, jot about that. Or I might, you know, find my stop, think, jots about that. And then I might like write a chart about it. So in Judy Moody, Stink is her younger brother, and Stink and her have a different relationship. So I might find a part in the book where Stink and Judy are together, and I might study like step 2. I might study what the characters say, do, or feel when they're talking to each other. You know, like Judy's always picking on Stink, and Stink is always bothering Judy. That's important to know. So I might draw a picture of them like bothering each other, maybe like some stick figures slapping each other. That'd be kind of fun. And then the last step in mine would be ask, what is this show about their relationship? So then I might like draw a person wondering because, you know, in Judy Moody and Stink, it shows that they're brother and sister. Brothers and sisters fight. Okay, so this chart shows each step in order. So first I do this, then I do this. Lastly, I do this. That way your readers and your people you're teaching really know what you're doing. So once you have that chart, then you get to teach someone in your house. Okay, it would be kind of fun to do that. I also am going to put a Flipgrid video up. That way you can teach someone in the, you know, someone in the school too. You might show them your anchor chart, show them your book, show them your stop, think, jots, and then read your anchor chart, and then maybe have them try it with you. That way you can teach them something. Okay? So that's kind of it. I know it was kind of short. It's kind of confusing. It's a lot to do in 1 week, but you can do it. And remember, we miss you and we wish we could be with you while you're working on this because we know that this is like very hefty 2nd grade work. Okay? We miss you so much. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your teacher or to me on YouTube, on this video, on, you know, Schoology, on Class Dojo, whatever your teacher uses. Make sure you reach out. We're here to help you. We miss you so much and we'd love to talk to you, okay? But I hope this helped a little bit explain the steps of the lesson, and I wish you all the best, okay? All right. Enjoy. Bye.